Exactly 15 years ago, 15 years ago, I was at this point at the EFCC's 5th anniversary program in April 2008. I was here and I spoke about these issues of corruption. Today, 15 years later, so many youth, the young and the not so young, I'm sure we're either in universities or in primary schools, secondary schools, but today we are here. And I think it's important to bring these issues here. 15 years ago, we were talking about these corruption cases in our country, Nigeria. How much have things changed in fight against corruption, which we know is the worst evil that can befall any country, because people lost their lives and will lose their lives simply because of corruption. So we ask ourselves, how much have we really fought corruption? Because we know the sophistication of the financial crimes now, they have gone out of this world. So many Yahoo boys, so many corruption cases by experts that somebody will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for somebody, for chairman, for example, EFCC, to trace some of them. So we have to ask ourselves, with this sophistication, what can we really do? Today we're here at the invitation of the EFCC chairman, who is just barely about 100 days in office, but has picked a lot of things to do with the short time, which we commend him. And we want to assure you, Olu, we will support you 100% in this fight. For it's a fight for our lives. If we really want Nigeria to be Nigeria, where we can probably call it our country, when we do go out to other countries, we must fight this corruption to the last level. So we're here today to launch these manuals. The one I'm concerned with is interfaith manuals, which we have worked on, and you hear about them later on. But I want to assure the EFCC chairman, as religious leaders, we'll invite you for a closed-door interactive session on what we should do as religious leaders at the direct level when we do meet, so that all the Christian and Islamic leaders will be there to really talk with you, discuss with you in a constructive manner, so that you will really tell us the truth about so many of these things that we hear or we read in social media, and what you think we could do. And then we can now go back to our churches and mosques and other places to really fight this corruption as religious leaders, as truly, let me use the word truly, religious leaders. So do not look back on the drive. Do not look back on the cases you have taken up, which you told us some few of them. Fight this endemic problem to the best of your ability, and believe that God will be your protector and will guide you right. We will support you, inshallah. So the interfaith manual is there. It will be launched. I'm not going to say anything about it, but like I've said, the co-chairman is here, who will work with you to now find a good time, maybe at the next quarter meeting of NAREC. We can spare a lot of time to discuss with you, so get ready to tell us what you think we should do, what you think we must do if we really want to win this fight against corruption in this country. And we must win this fight. We have no other reason. And alhamdulillah, there are so many leaders here, VCs, youth leaders, and so many others that are here to listen to all the talks. Let's stop the talks now and let's work. At the end of this program, we don't want to hear any case of somebody witch hunting EFCC chairman because he's asking for his mother's birthday. Because you claim to be born in 2020, but your mother died in 2021. So who gave, I mean in 2019. So who gave birth to you? These are some of the little cases that we see and we must work on. So the imperative of youth, because when I say youth, I mean youth. Because we have Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, they're called students, but they are not students in universities. But they are in MSS. Professor Jamba, the JAM professor, the JAM registrar, is in MSS. But he's been a professor for 30 years, but he still calls himself MSS, a student. So there are so many people here who really have to play great roles in this fight against corruption. And I'm happy the EFCC brought all of us together, for this very good one-day seminar. As national leaders, we have more at stake. Because I have said it 1 million times, before Nigeria came into being, the various geographical zones have been ruled by our forefathers, whether it's Sokoto Caliphate, or your Empire, Ife, so many other places. Well, let me say Kanem Bono Empire so that the Vice President will be happy. Kanem Bono Empire. They were all ruled by our great-grandfathers before Nigeria came into being. So we have more at stake to protect our people, to make sure lives are better for them. So political leaders work with us. As national leaders, we assure you 100% support, and we will urge you to continue to use us free of charge, as I've always said. I'm happy the Attorney General is here. Judiciary is one arm that must be taken along. And I'm happy my co-chairman, Narek says so, and the Attorney General is here, and we are discussing with him in the private. And alhamdulillah, I've heard what you said, and it is very, very encouraging. So AG, we are with you 101%. We will work with you, and I believe you can reach out to us anytime you want. So finally, before I take my seat, just want to make this comment. And I'm very serious about it. For any government to fight corruption, the first step is in the appointments of government officials. I'm not going to go into what Sokoto Khalifa leader said about appointment of government officials, because it will take us the whole day here. There are books written, and I have given them out to people. Appointment of government officials. The care must be taken in who you appoint into which office if you really want to succeed as a government. These appointees must have no records of criminal activities. They must not have character deficits. This is necessary to send the signal that, yes, the government is out to fight corruption. If you appoint somebody who is known to be corrupt all his life, and you think he will turn a new leaf within your 4 years, you are mistaken. That person is going to steal more and more. He will steal more and more, because the more people steal, the more they aspire to have more, because they will never get tired. They will never get tired of stealing. And I don't know why they're taking this money too. If you live 1,000 years, you can never spend the money some people have stolen within the last how many days. So appointment of government officials must be taken very serious. EFCC chairman, you were nominated by the president. That's the presidency. You are confirmed by the Senate, that's National Assembly. The judicial officers, like the Attorney General and NJC, they are there, they know what you are doing. This fight, this check you want to take on to these three bodies is most commendable, and they must support you because they put you there. So let them not say you are going to check the presidency's account or ways and means of doing things, and somebody will say you are witch hunting the president. No, you are doing your work. You must allow the chairman to do his work because you appointed him there. If you think he is not fit enough to do his job, because he's going to search your books, your records, then remove him. Then people will now know why you removed him. But you must allow him to succeed. Because people with records of corruption are there. They have no business in government at all levels. So we must fight corruption. And I believe we are ready to give it a trial, because I think he said there's no better time than now that we must come together to fight corruption so that we can reach the level our peers, Brazil, Hong Kong, South Korea, Malaysia, they're all gone. China is fighting corruption in its own way. EFCC chairman, can you peep into the way China fights corruption and then bring it up to the government? We must take very hard decisions if we really want this country, Nigeria, to be where it's supposed to be. So, with these few words, I would like to thank all of you, and I would like to thank the chairman for bringing us here, and wish us a most successful day. Call on us anytime. Inshallah, we'll be here, because we know, religious-wise, we are not supposed to be corruption. We are not supposed to be corrupt. But Almighty Allah abolished corruption. Almighty Allah does not need your corrupt finances for Him to be good to you. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.